What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we're going to ask ourselves the question, was the Summer Game Fest 2021 a massive disappointment? Now, we watched it live. I had an absolute blast. I'm recording this like 5 minutes after the live stream ended. I want to thank sincerely from the bottom of my heart everybody that tuned in. We had an absolute amazing time, even though, the show wasn't perfect. But I do want to talk about it. I said it before, I've been nicer to Jeff Keighley and to his events than most people, I would say, online. Probably not like gaming journalists and stuff like that who suck up to certain people or things, but also, I haven't been that high on them, but I also haven't been that low on them, like a good amount of the fan base, let's just say, you know what I mean? So I want to have that discussion in this video. As always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. There will be a video on my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, if you guys want to check that channel out. Links in the description. We'll be talking about Summer Game Fest over there as well. I'll go over, my favorite announcements. We can maybe do a video kind of like that. So there's going to be videos there. And also, again, I live streamed it. It was a success, one of the biggest live streams we've ever done. I cannot thank you guys enough. We will be doing more of it. Saturday, I'm going to be live streaming Ubisoft's show, and then Sunday, I'm going to be live streaming Xbox Bethesda's show. So make sure you guys come back to the channel, and we will watch those, and I think especially the Microsoft one should be really good. Okay. I flat out am just not that mean to Jeff Keighley. No, I don't have a crush on him. No, and I some of these things are jokingly, but I truly want to make it known. I have no loyalty to anybody. I'm not sucking up to him. I'm not, expecting him to, appear on the channel, or anything like that. So it's nothing like that. As I've said before, I think he is a smart guy. I think he knows games. He actually cares about games, unlike gaming journalists who do not care whatsoever about the games or us. He does care. Does he do good shows? Not necessarily. And I think this was a mixed show. Look, there was a lot of things here. I would say they fell under a couple categories. There were some big things. We knew to expect that Borderlands spin-off game that's, I guess, not even a Borderlands game whatsoever, okay? We knew to expect that, but it looked solid. Now, we didn't really get much of it. That was kind of a theme, too, right? Some things maybe looked cool, but we didn't get too many things on them. You know what I mean? Elden Ring, I think, was kind of the best full package that we got out of all this stuff. Death Stranding on PS5 was kind of cool. Jurassic World Evolution 2, we predicted that. I actually, said that out loud. I thought that was going to be there last week on my second channel, so I'm going to give myself one tally mark. And many tally marks I got wrong, or many things I predicted I got wrong, but that one I got right. I cannot wait for that, even though they didn't, again, theme there, cool announcement, not really anything with it. The 2 Point campus game, or the college one, I love that. I think they do a really good job. I love 2 Point Hospital, and so I cannot wait. So there were things like that. Obviously, Evil Dead, that game looks awesome. Looks way better than I thought it was gonna look. To be honest with you, I didn't think it was gonna look that good. And then Elden Ring as the finale was, you couldn't ask, again, you really couldn't ask for anything better than what Elden Ring did. They gave us gameplay, they gave us some cinematics, they gave us the release date. Amazing. Honestly amazing. So, you had those things. Then you had things, and I know I'm kind of recapping, but it's important. It's important, trust me. Then you had things that looked cool, but it's it's definitely for more, it's for other people. It's just not for me. That's another thing. Then you had things that just flat out, were on too long. Jeff kept, going on and on about it, or, just flat out wasn't all that interesting or didn't look all that good. Look, ultimately, what people will go to when they say, oh yeah, the show sucked, the show was such a disappointment, it didn't do, is they had, and I've said this before, and I hope you guys understand this. I really want to make this clear. I'm not calling people out. I'm not saying, if you went in only wanting Hogwarts Legacy or Gotham Knights, and I had a lot of people in the comments that said that, when they showed Back for Blood for 5 seconds, they were like, wait, that's it? There's no Gotham Knights, no Hogwarts Legacy. The show is an immediate failure. Again, I will say, I understand why you're saying that, but I flat out disagree with you. I really do. Because expecting one game, one out of 30 that he showed, okay? And if you don't get that game, to say the entire show was a bust isn't exactly fair to the show, okay? That's my opinion. Now, is it wrong to expect those things? No. There are a lot of people. I've seen insiders. I've seen a lot of people online basically put people down. Like if you say, oh, I really hope Gotham Knights is there, they'd say, you're an idiot, you're entitled, you should, like they'll say, I've seen it, okay? I'm not one of those people. I think that's flat out rude and disrespectful, okay? You have the right as a gamer, as someone who's going to buy these games, who's supporting these games, all this stuff, you have the right to ask for it. Now, do you demand it? Do you threaten? Do you, no, those are, you cross the line there, right? But to expect or want Hogwarts Legacy, Gotham Knights, name a game. Some people said like Sony games. I mean, you kind of could have imagined that wasn't going to happen, okay? But you did have that crossover, that deviation or deviant. I don't even say it. Actually, I don't remember what it was called. But the Call of Duty guys, obviously working with PlayStation. So like, I get it. I do. I understand it. I just don't think judging the entire show off of you were expecting one game is right. Now, I did see some people say, I just want something that like catches my eye, and none of the games catches my eye. That's more, in my opinion, that's more fair. Okay, again, not, all these games, they're not gonna appeal to to I guess one person. If you're one person sitting there listening to me talk right now, those 30 games, they were not all made to get you. Okay. Maybe one or two was supposed to get you. And, if that didn't happen, then obviously that kind of sucks, right? Then that is a flaw. That's a weakness of the show. So, yes, you could say it. You're beating around the bush. I haven't actually given an answer. If you noticed, I haven't given an answer. Game Awards. Game Awards is next. We will cover that. I will co-stream that. That'll be a fun adventure all on its own. Was Summer Game Fest a massive disappointment? I'd say no. Flat out, in my opinion, it was not a disappointment. And disappointment is connected to expectations. What were you expecting from the show? To me, it did, like, all these shows, this is the final thing I'll say. If you've noticed, if you've watched Jeff Keighley's Gamescom, Summer Game Award, or Summer Game Fest, Game Awards, you notice a theme, okay? You start to notice a theme. This played out exactly like a Jeff Keighley show. It had big things, Elden Ring, okay? And I guess maybe even only one. If you want to argue it only had Elden Ring, that's fine. Also, by the way, because Elden Ring is not for everybody, to many people, that'll be nothing. They'll see Elden Ring and say, I'm never buying it, too hard. Or it's just not my kind of game. I get that. I understand that. Still, though, big game. Like if they showed Halo, you could argue the same thing. Well, there's a lot of people that are going to get Halo, but there's also a lot of people that are not going to get Halo. Okay, so you could really make that argument either way. But to me, it had the big stuff. It had more extended looks at certain things. It had games that caught my eye that I didn't know about 10 minutes before, okay? But I'm probably not going to buy them. And then it had things that, yes, he held on to too long, that he kept just going with, that just flat out did not interest me, right? You did have those. There really were 3 tiers, I would say, to the show, which if you go back, I bet you I said the same thing for the Game Awards. That's kind of how it is. There's big things that people know, large groups of people know, that catch your eye. There's things that look cool. It's unfair to say really anything negative about them because, yeah, they're not your cup of tea, but like they could easily be somebody else's, and you have to understand that. I really do. I don't think you can complain that the entire show was a failure if you don't at least, I guess, recognize that, like, some people could have, like, I'm not into Overwatch, but did some people maybe, now, what they showed for Overwatch 2 wasn't very good. That's a negative. Although Overwatch isn't for me, if they showed Overwatch or they announced some huge brand new thing, I may not be into it as much, but I know others are. Now, what they showed was pretty bad. It wasn't really much of anything. So that's you know what I mean? That fits an example. Call of Duty. Yeah, you could say Warzone sucks, you hate it, you don't play it. You know there's a lot of people that play it, though, right? You know what I mean? You have to remember that. But again, did they do anything worthwhile for Warzone? No. So I would agree with you if you want to dock points by looking at it from that criteria, okay? But I would say, I felt good about... I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I thought Hogwarts Legacy was going to be at E3. Then we found out Warner Bros. Wasn't going to go. And then I thought, okay, well, Summer Game Fest. Let's hope... But I'm not expecting it. And I said that to countless people, and I wrote that on Twitter. I said that in videos, all that kind of stuff, okay? And you could say I was wrong, because I did predict, that it would be at least at E3, and obviously that didn't happen. But going into today's show, I wasn't expecting Hogwarts Legacy. I wasn't expecting Gotham Knights. I wanted Lego Star Wars. I thought it would have been a good time for that, and it didn't happen, okay? So that I guess, was disappointing to me. But overall, this was... I couldn't have, like, pre-planned it better. The show as it played on was exactly what a Jeff Keighley show is. We've seen it before. Doesn't mean it's, like, repetitive. We've seen this style of show before. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And for that reason, I would say, no, it wasn't disappointing because I set expectations and they hit it. I mean, it literally hit. I wasn't disappointed. I'm disappointed we didn't see certain games, but again, he never said Hogwarts Legacy was going to be there. They never said Hogwarts, you know what I mean? So it's not like they lied. So it's conflicting. I get it. If you guys want to leave dislikes, you want to say, the show was god-awful, I have nothing wrong with that. You have the right to your opinion and to say, yeah, I despise the show. That's completely fine. But I do just want to guess a bigger theme with this video is just to make people more aware that, again, not every game was made for one person. Now, like the ads for like Amazon Prime Gaming, that was stupid. The performances, like I like Weezer, that song was not very good. Like, so, there were even things in the show where it's like, Jeff, you could have cut it. You could have not had it be, it could have been an hour. It's like a Zack Snyder thing. You could have had it be an hour and a half, hour and 20, took out like 6 things, and it would have been overall better. I'm not saying it's a good show. I don't even think I would, if I had to give it a grade, I'd say it was average. It was probably like a 5. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was amazing. I wouldn't call it awful, though. And I also probably wouldn't call it bad, to be quite honest with you. It's exactly what I thought. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? What were some of your favorite announcements, least favorite? What were you hoping to see? All that kind of stuff. Let me know. As always, again, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. Again, if you want to subscribe to my second channel, links in the description below, Podcast Now Plus. You can obviously look it up on YouTube as well. I'll be covering a little bit more of it over there. And then tomorrow we move into very pre-E3 stuff, and E3 is Saturday, so we're very, very excited to get going. Again, thank you so much to anybody watching this video, but also who came to the live stream. You guys are the absolute best, and we're going to be right back at it on Saturday, and so I hope to see you guys there.